Today is March 19th, and a gentleman by the name of Phil Valentine told me that he was going to walk the Appalachian Trail. And he wasn't sure if he was going to make it. But he said that wasn't in his mindset. The fear was just taking the first step. And because he took that first step, that step of recovery, what an inspiration to watch someone who had 5 years prior to that diagnosed with stage 4 tongue cancer and walk the entire trail. How many miles, Phil?
It was a couple. 2,189.
But yeah, but that's the type of story that inspired me over the years to watch others that came before me make a presence, a profound presence of what recovery was and what it looked like. I want to just thank everyone that has came to the celebration, those that spoke, special words from people that have been watching and inspiring to be like Bill White and Don Coyes and the leaders of the recovery movement in America. And like Patty McCarthy said one day back in 2017, I actually got a call saying that I was going to be the recipient of the Vernon Johnson's Award, which was the Advocate of the Year in the national movement. And I was going to Washington year after year watching people, giants that I called, receiving this award. And when I got called, I'm like, I did not feel worthy. I never felt worthy of these awards. I've gotten so many, and these awards is like, every time I got one, I'm like, seriously? I didn't do this for the awards. I didn't do this for the money. I just did this because the passion to want to help people was inspired in me when I got out of prison for the last time. And because what took place was that transformation to the 12-step fellowship that says, you can't keep it unless you give it away. And so I carry that message, and I just know that the work that I did was only because I wanted to maintain and sustain a lifestyle of recovery, because I had never gotten recovery before. After all that mess, I finally at 34 years old found recovery, and I didn't want to lose it. I was grateful. I was so grateful that I didn't die. That I didn't get like shot, and I didn't get stabbed, and I didn't get, in a position where my health was failing me. And I'm like grateful for realizing that he chose me. He chose me to like reach out and help somebody. He said, Mike, if you just keep your hand in my hand and you reach out and help somebody else, I'll work through you. I'll work miracles through you. He said, I'll take all that away from you if you proclaim my name to the world. God keeps his promise. And I kept mine.
Faithful.
And I just know that, when I came back to CCAR, because I just felt the early retirement bug, I wanted to relax and enjoy life. And in 2009, I got a call from Phil, and whatever transpired, I came back to CCAR because I felt there was a lot of unfinished business. And I'm glad I did. I am glad. And I'm glad because I got to the point where living was so much rewarding when I was helping people. That was my purpose. That was my purpose. I found my purpose. My purpose was to plant a seed of hope in somebody that was hopeless. And tell them to believe in themselves. At some point, they will. Encourage them. Give them hope and nurture them. Love them. You know how they say, wrap your love around people. And I think, you know, at this point in my life, I said, you know, Phil, I'll come back, but I know I'm not going to stay. I'll give you 10 good years. Well, I gave him 12. I gave him 12, y'all. And you know, people like now, you know, I sit on a couple of committees, national committees, and of course I've been around the country a lot, and you know, I get these calls and people are like, you know, you're retired? You're too young. I'm like, no, I'm 66. I have a right to retire.
For real.
You know, I was on a couple of meetings with Dr. Wesley Clark. You know, Dr. Wesley Clark, who's of age, and he's a professor out in California, and he actually was the director of the Center for Substance Abuse Treatment through SAMHSA, he's actually being vetted to possibly be the new drug czar for the Office of National Drug Control Policy, possibly.
Uh-oh, here you go.
And he's sitting there, saying, Mike, you retiring? I'm saying, Doc, I'm retiring. He says, you're going to retire, but you're going to find other things to do.
Yes.
I said, but that's my choice. Because when you retire, you have that choice. But I thank God that I've gotten a choice. You know, even when I first came in recovery, the choice was you can use or not use.
Yeah.
Yes.
But now I have this real choice of how I want to live my life from this point on. And of course, I may find some small opportunity to give back in a small way.
Oh, come on, brother.
But I do know that if it's any consolation, I will not be working 9 to 5. Because if I did, I could stay where I'm at. Because I'm making a good paycheck right now. But you know what? It's not about the money, and I think that's why I'm retiring, is because I want to live my life with this wife. I want to be able to explore the rest of life with my wife and just be able to have the moments to say I can do whatever I can whenever I want. Just like my sister and my brother out there in California and other people that retired. I want that life. And now that I have it, I'm going to cherish it and relish it, because when I was 34, in that dark, isolated jail cell, wondering if I got out, I was going to use again, retirement was not the thought in my mind. Because I didn't even think I would live to be able to retire. But because I have, I'm so grateful for God's blessing and His grace and mercy. Because if it had not been for the Lord on my side, I don't know where I'd be. But I'm so grateful for the recovering community and all the opportunity that it has given me. And in closing, I just want to say to everybody, reach out and touch somebody. Make this world a better place. And I think, you know, the saying goes true that, you know, you can't get friends if you don't be friendly. You can't inspire hope if you're not hopeful. And I'm so grateful that God gave me this chance to have an opportunity to go and see what retirement really looks like. So thank you for everyone, especially my immediate family and my extended family. So I'm so grateful to be in this position to say I am going to officially retire in 1 week. Thank you for being a part. Need somebody to lean on me. Please follow your
And I'll be your friend.
need somebody to lean on. Just call your brother when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. Might have a problem that you understand.